I am deeply honored to be part of this kind of this event, particularly because we are talking about a very difficult subject, unemployment. How do we make sure that we create opportunities for local entrepreneurs, to make sure that all of you whom I think and believe that you have been trained as entrepreneurs, that you are able to go out into the market and create the much needed jobs, or even provide the much needed professional skills by the industry. May I first of all indicate or tell you what LNDC is. LNDC is a government parastatal that has been charged with a big mandate to make sure that we industrialize the economy and we create the much needed jobs. While the government is focused on providing the public with public goods and other services, LNDC and other government parastatals are charged with the responsibility of mobilizing industries to make sure that jobs are created for yourselves. The speaker who introduced this meeting earlier on said about 2,000 students graduate every year from the National University of Lesotho, and this is a huge number of students when you add to the other institutions, and we have to, the industries have to absorb this kind of numbers. Now, LNDC has two-pronged strategies in terms of achieving this mandate. We promote investment internationally, we promote foreign direct investment, we also promote domestic investment, and secondly, we do private sector development. These three areas that I've mentioned assist us to achieve the much needed jobs, as I've already mentioned. Now, what are the programs that LNDC has in terms of supporting local entrepreneurs, in terms of supporting yourselves to become entrepreneurs? I will start with one program that we have recently launched, which is the industry internship, which is particularly targeted at students who are just completing their final years. We are linking you now with the industries to make sure that industries are able to provide you with internships. You know that we have the textile industry, which has been characterized or been known to be an industry that only ladies or our mothers from the villages can work in. And I'm not sure whether any one of you has ever questioned what opportunities exist in the textile industry for employment. And better so, what opportunities exist for you to learn about the textile industry, so that at the end of the day you can become one of those manufacturers. So this is the strategy that we've taken to make sure that we engage. We have started now with Formosa. We have taken about 10 students. They will be starting their program soon. Now, one of the key programs that we have in place is the Enterprise Development Facility. The Enterprise Development Facility is earmarked to support local businesses with about 4 programs. In it, we have the partial credit guarantee scheme, we have also the equity financing program, we also have private sector support programs that support enterprises to better do their businesses. Now, I'm not going to talk much about those programs as the time we are running behind time, but allow me to mention some of the key challenges that our local private sector, including yourselves, are facing when you leave your higher degree education. Because I understand that when you leave, either you're going to be employed or you choose to go into business. How many of you are going to choose to go into business? Okay, this is encouraging. We have experienced in the past that access to finance is one of the key challenges. And this access to finance speaks for access to working capital, access to capital to start a new business, access to capital to expand an existing business. And some of the programs that we have are earmarked towards addressing these challenges. Another challenge that we have experienced is that our local entrepreneurs are not able to access the growth markets, let alone to even identify such markets. And it is upon the institutions such as LNDC and BEDCO to assist our companies to make sure that they are able to access these growth markets. By growth markets, we mean those markets which can absorb their produce annually or any time that they wish to do so. And one of the key issues that we have also identified is the fact that the business development services in the industry are highly lacking or very much undercapacitated. What do I mean by that? You find that our local entrepreneurs, as you leave school like now, we think that you are well trained to be able to provide professional skills to our local entrepreneurs, and only to find that such professional skills do not match with the needs of the industry. Now, that creates a huge problem, because now you have to keep on retraining and retraining. And also the question is, do you retrain because the programs that we have are able to address the key problems that the industry is facing? And that is a question that we need to be answered. And one of the key issues I raised in the presentation the PowerPoint presentation that I prepared is entrepreneurship a set of skills or a profession? If somebody can answer that to me, maybe we'll leave this place being aware of what kind of people you will become when you join the industry. Now, we have also experienced challenges that the business climate, as it is, calls for rigorous reform by the government to make sure that the laws and the policies that support local business or investment, as it is, are able to facilitate a conducive investment in the economy. And ladies and gentlemen, allow me not to go further on these challenges, rather to say to you, tonight is a big night. I hope these issues that I've raised and the programs that I've talked about in terms of addressing the very same challenges that I've just mentioned now will be able to sink in your mind and take them home and see and prepare yourselves for the big day when you join the industry, either as an employee or as an entrepreneur. And I realize that there are many hands here of people who are willing to go and venture into entrepreneurship. And having said all those words, may I thank this opportunity and hope that this event becomes an annual event, and we will be prepared to support you, because entrepreneurship is our calling. It is our job to support and make sure that we create Lesotho millionaires, we create Lesotho billionaires in the future. Thank you very much.